Griff, having played the game as long as you played, you've seen some great hitters. You were in the league with Tony Gwynn, and I think you were in the league when Wade Boggs was winning batting titles in the AL. Tony won 7, I think 7 in the National League. What makes Shohei Ohtani so special?
He has no weaknesses.
None?
He's a guy that if you throw it away, he's going to take it that way. And when you have power to all fields, that makes you a dangerous hitter.
Yes.
And that's the key. He has power everywhere. He go to grown man territory, which is straight center. He can take you out, down the lines, each line. He also can steal a bag when you need it. I mean, he does things that you look at and go, he's all right. As my friend said, he gonna be all right. But he's one of those guys. I mean, he's a tall, slender kid that can flat out play, and he knows the game of baseball. The thing about playing in Japan is that's their pastime. They don't have no other thing. They ain't got a basketball team, a football team. Even though they play those sports, they go out and that baseball is it. And you got to be a monster come over from leaving there and coming over here. And you look at every player that's come over here, they can flat play.
Yeah. Hideki Matsui, Godzilla, Hideo Nomo.
Ichiro.
Ichiro. Ichiro, he's one of the 2 players to win the MVP in his rookie season. He and Fred Lynn. Did you play? You played with Ichiro, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was fun to watch. I mean, watching a guy, who can hit the ball a mile in batting practice, and all of a sudden he just filleting you to death over it. Yep. But if you throw one in the loop zone, he gonna take you out. And he's one of those guys that he gets on base and causes havoc. We say it's baseball. It's not home run ball. You got to get on base. Making left-hand turns is what you want to do. I don't want to make no right. I'll tell everybody.
Head back to the dugout, huh?
Yeah, I don't want to make a right-hand turn. I tell everybody, I'm NASCAR on I want to make lefts, and that's it.
Were you surprised how easily the Dodgers made this World Series look? Because I think most people thought it would go 7 games, and you look at it. I mean, it's not often, Griff, that you get a World Series and you got the 2 best players. You got the best player in the American League in Judge. You got the best player in the National League in Ohtani. But, you go Mookie Betts, who's a former MVP. You go Freddie Freeman, who's a former MVP for the Dodgers. And then you go Soto. I mean, so you got good players from top to bottom. Are you surprised how easy the Dodgers made it look?
I think what happened is, when they played the Padres, when the Dodgers played the Padres, that was like their World Series.
Okay.
Because that team played them pretty tough. The Yankees had a little easier route to the World Series, but you still got to beat these teams. I felt that the Dodgers and Yankees pitching staff were pretty equal. I told everybody that it was going to come down to like the 7th, 8th, and 9th hitters being able to get to the top of the order, and that's what happened. I mean, you watched it. The teams that the team that won, their 7, 8, 9 guys did a better job than the other team. Because in baseball, I can still neutralize their best player. I don't have to pitch to Ohtani. I don't have to pitch to Judge. I can pitch around them. But it takes everybody to do a job.
To make them pay for it, though. You got to have your 7, 8, 9 hitters to make them pay for pitching around, or your guys that's behind those guys to make them pay. Have you ever seen anything like Freddie Freeman?
No. Freddie's an unbelievable guy. I mean, to go through the things he went through, personal matter with the family, his son, and then come back, twist his ankle, and not being able to put hardly any weight on it, and then go out there and do what he did in the World Series. All I did was take my hat and tip it to him, because that was fun to watch. I told him, I said, look, I'm gonna walk you. You're not hitting a home run in the first inning no more. You're getting walked. I don't care if the base is loaded. I'm gonna walk you. I'm not giving up 4. Because it was just, when the guys that come up, we talked about earlier, guys that come up in big moments do big things, and he did it.
Right.
I mean, 12 RBIs?
Yes. And 4 homers? Are you surprised Cortez? I get there's no place to put him, but I mean, you're gonna try to. I mean, don't throw him a fastball in.
No, you can't. Look, as my hitting coach said, and Gene Kleins, who passed away a couple years ago, would say, "You can't sneak no cheese past a rat." So don't throw the fastball unless you got some of that behind it. And he just left it over the middle of the plate, and game over.
Have you ever seen, have you ever heard, or do you ever think we'll see a stretch of baseball like that again?
Well, Ohtani did it this year, but he's got 3 more to do it. I mean, what Barry did was impressive. I mean, he got 600 and something intentional walks, and the closest one is Pujols.
Yeah.
That's
almost 400 intentional walks behind him.
Yeah, that says a lot about how feared of a hitter he was.
And I think he had, like, from that stretch, he reached base 36% of the time.
Well, when you get walked 600 times, it makes it easy. And that's just intentional walk. We ain't talking about the regular walk. Barry always had a good eye. People. Yes. I mean, he was a leadoff hitter. Barry came up with the Pirates as a leadoff hitter. So you have to tighten your zone up, and he just kept continuing that throughout his career. I mean, he very seldom swung at bad pitches.
Yeah. And then he had that big old hockey. He had that big old hockey goalie elbow pad on. So he's sitting out over the plate. You got to throw him what he's looking for.
My mom did this to him. He came to the house because, back then you wasn't making a whole lot of money. And so it was customary that, when you go into certain towns that, they feed you.
Right.
So my mom fed him. That boy hit 5 home runs in 3 days. As he's leaving, my mom said, "Never again. I'm going to get you on getaway day. You can get your food on the bus. You can go do this to the next team. You ain't doing it to my team no more." She would look at him, and he just started laughing. Every time she see him, she was like, "Getaway day." Because he put an order in. He put an order in. Turkey, greens, potato salad. I mean, this ain't like, we're going to make hamburgers or something. No, he put a Thanksgiving order in every time he came into town. And she was like, "Nope, not no more."
Man. Griff, man, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate you giving us time. You staying up watching the game. It was great talking with you.
Why is it still a big deal when a left-handed batter has to face a left-handed pitcher? Like, oh, my God, what an advantage.
Yeah, like, why don't they talk about right-handed pitchers facing a right-handed hitter? Well, I don't know. That's a good question. I'm going to have my staff work on that question, and hopefully we can get the answer before we're done here.
But haven't we evolved where it's not a novelty where you go, we don't see left-handers very often? I would think
Well, I think it's just a novel idea to talk about it because there's not that many left-handed pitchers in baseball. There's not that many left-handed people generally in the world, let alone in sports. And so I guess it's just kind of a novel idea.
How would you pitch to Ohtani?
Carefully. I still watch. Seriously. I mean, and Soto and Judge. I mean, these people that, and I faced a lot of big home run hitters, for 22 years. I gave up a lot of home runs. I don't know where, I gave up 400 and something home runs. But
walk me through this. Ohtani's at the plate. Let's say first at bat against you.
Well, and I've seen he pulls off the ball a lot. And so I would probably be very careful pitching any left-hander down and in. The swing plane for a left-handed hitter is usually down and up, whereas a right-handed hitter usually has a more level swing plane. If you throw a ball, if you look at a lot of home runs hit by a left-handed hitter, the ball is usually down and in because that's the swing plane for a left-handed hitter. Whereas a right-handed hitter, out over the middle of the plate, the swing plane is more straight across, sweeping across home plate. But I would be very careful with them. I would start off, whether it was a ball or strike, letting him know that I'm pitching in, get him off the plate, and then I would try to elevate pitches. I wouldn't pitch down and in. I would elevate, but I know he can hit a ball up too as well, and then I would work down and away.
What about Judge?
Judge, I would pitch like a Frank Thomas, someone like that. I've made mistakes to Frank, and the ball's still orbiting somewhere. But I would get ahead, hopefully, and then throw my breaking ball down and in. And hopefully I wouldn't hang it, because if I did, he's going to hit it 600 feet.
Great to talk to you again.
My pleasure.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録と高評価よろしくお願いします。